Greetings and welcome. This is PsychicMediumRoberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. May we be guided and led by Spirit during this reading. Trigger warning: the subject matters of a mature nature and deals with true crime events and unfortunately involving children. All numbers used in this case pertain to the case context specifically and bears no resemblance to similar or same numbers you may have in your date of birth. All right, so we unfortunately got a case of Melodee Buzzard coming out of California, has gone missing and was on a road trip with her mother. Jesus, what are these people doing? All right, October 7 is the photograph of Melodee walking into a rental place. The mom was trying to rent a vehicle to travel, and reports saying that Melodee was disguised with a wig and obviously wearing a hoodie. That is the last known sighting of her, which is on October the 7th. And the road trip lasted from the 7th till returning on the 10th. So this red block here. Melodee's mother traveled from California on the West Coast into Nebraska and parts of Kansas, and then drove back within 3 days. So that's quite a distance, 1,458 miles one way. So that is quite a journey. So these are the 4 days here, October 7, 8, 9, 10. Then reports on October the 14th by the school that Melodee is not in school. All right, so let's look at the numbers. The one thing I want to point out straight away is because there's reports that Melodee's mother had money issues. Now, in the real, in other words, as it happened, in October 10, we see a 10 plus 10-1 conflict, which brings around money issues. And I must say, these are quite big money issues if it's a 10-1, 10-1 money issue. And apparently, Melodee's mother was in serious financial trouble. So we see on the day that she enters the car rental place, right? In the intention, so the intention is, we can say, top of mind. In the intention, top of mind, we have a 10-1, 10-1 issue. So followed by an 11-2 unlawful. So how did she actually obtain a vehicle to travel? Did she use legal documentation or illegal documentation? But there's an 11-2 here, which is shown as unlawful potentially. Unfortunately, we have a terrible number here, 29,11,2. Now, I've been looking at these numbers for a while. I was actually going to do the show last week, but fortunately, I waited and some more information came through. We see the 13-4, we can say Melodee. So 14-5, there's nonsense in the air. So there's something already going on, and I've just been pinged again. It will be reflected in the 369, but something may have occurred before. Something must have occurred before October 7 for Melodee's mother to go on this journey. And let's just see here. All right, let's see if we pick it up anyway. So when in the action, so during the day we have a 14-5 and it ends with a 14-5 can denote travel. And we see the 14-5 kind of midnight to the next morning of October 8th. So all of these 14-5s speak about border crossing. So, of course, the way the US is situated, of course, there's all the states. So all the 14 fives are showing travel, 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 in and out travel, local, international, or local to another state, to another state. So already the numbers are showing that the narrative that is out there is somewhat accurate, unfortunately. All right, but I'm not liking what I've just seen here. October 7, there's a lot of 8s around, which is not good, unfortunately. Because 8s can bring around anger, physical violence. 8 is a very robust number. A lot of 8s around, and it continues into the next morning. And unfortunately, it's followed by an 18-9-9 conflict. So I've earmarked Wednesday. I don't have the full answer yet. There's potential here of she meets a male, 15-6. And here it is here. Wednesday in the action. So we see midnight to sunrise travel, but then she meets. Now, this is in the zone where she would do the turnaround of her trip, Wednesday, Thursday. So we see here 15-6, 24-6. So this 15-6 is a male, similar age to Melodee's mom, familiar to her. Now, how familiar is another story, because when we do the turnaround, we get another 15-6, which says the encounter with this male, and I believe it was arranged that she will meet this male, is just that, a male acquaintance more than anything else. 28-10-1. The day before she gets on the road, there's all of these outs and 9s. Now, I'm looking retrospectively. So the day before she travels, there's all of these 9s, all of these 10-1s. So the money issue is serious money issue. In the day before October 7, there's a 19-10-1. Did she jump onto the internet and arrange something? 19-10-1 is a transactional number here. And we see a 13-4. So the transaction is about the child. 19-10-1. 31-4. Oh, you know what it could be? Because 15-6 can also speak about adoption. So was she given to another family? So I'm picking up two things here. And this is what we need to clarify in this reading. So there is this family around as well. So was she handed over to a family that would seemingly be like an adoption? But I don't believe it was all about adoption, because on the Thursday, so we see this 19-10-1 again, 37-10-1, 28-10. These are all high-level transactional numbers. So, and I've just been confirmed on my right-hand side, the lady that was in the Caribbean that disappeared. So she goes and meets this person, thinking everything's hunky-dory, but they are part of a syndicate, because these are high-level trafficking numbers here as well. The 16-7 is bugging me here. The another feeling that I had while looking at these charts. So Melodee's mother makes this arrangement via internet the day before. It's already planned before we get to October 7. And what is the purpose? Money, right? 16/7. So, oh man, you know, what do people do with their own children? There's definitely high-level transactional numbers here. So let me just be clear. The transactional numbers appear in the zone. The transactional numbers appear during Thursday. And the family or this male that she meets is the Wednesday. So this male has taken her, but something also goes wrong here, because while he has her, there's all of these nines out of kilter here, and there's double 18 nines here as well. Now, just to confirm, we can see on the Friday date, so the 9 into Friday, the 14 fives reappear, so she's traveling again. 16/7 also denotes traveling. The fact that she went to, so she first goes to Nebraska and then Kansas is suspicious. There's a lot of conflicts here. So let's just go back to the real, right? Mother returns October 10. Then we look at 11. Saturday begins with an unlawful thing has taken place, 11/2. So we can agree that a mother goes on a road trip with her daughter and doesn't return with the daughter shows an illegal event has taken place. There's high frustration numbers by mother, 30 outcome 3. High levels of frustration. There's 33/6 in the zone of the turnaround, in other words, where she would have reached her destination. There's a 33/6 here. So there's definitely a collective knowledge. There's a collective knowledge of what happened to Nebraska with the people that the mom met. So we can say authorities need to look at where she stopped and where she stayed. In those areas, there's a male connected to trafficking numbers, money numbers. Something must have gone wrong as well with the transaction. Or Melodee's mother didn't get all the money she anticipated, or she was threatened and she had to leave and the kid stayed behind. You know, when these lame criminals hatch a plan, and when they get there, they're actually confronted with real criminals. Do you know what I mean? And what is she going to do? There's too many sevens around here as well. What happened to you, my girl? So we see there's a hidden 21/3, so she was held against her will from Wednesday already. Wednesday day. There's already feeling of entrapment, being held against her will. It was part of a plan. So I'm going to say the Wednesday evening, the Wednesday evening. So this would be at the center or the middle of her journey. So then she's going to come back the next day or in the zone. There's not good numbers here around children. Yeah, it has 33.6. There's a portal 9 sequence, death sequence here. And there's all is revealed in the +9. On the Thursday morning reveals there's a death here, murder, 18.9. And then there's 2 other 9s. Something went horribly wrong with this whole thing as well, I believe. So she set up a transaction, 19.10.1. This is the mother. She set up the transaction, but something else also went down here. Something else went down here. The mother will know. It deals with trafficking. And the irony, this is always the case, right? The irony, Friday night, so this is the time when Melodee's mother is now at home, puts up her feet, has a drink, and then has a big cry. 20 outcome 2, big tears. There's a 14.5 in play. So there's definitely hints of foul play here. Then we've got all of these 8s. So I'm going to say I'm not seeing good numbers around here for children. Wherever she left her, because I believe she left her somewhere or with someone, wherever she left her, there's terrible numbers here. These are the numbers you don't want around children. And they're in the evening as well of Wednesday evening. I believe her mom gave her up, definitely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And, yeah, man. So there's definitely contact with the male, would seemingly be familiar. Not good numbers around children. We also find, in a very negative situation on the Thursday +6, the action. So this technically would be, assumingly, the mother's already back on the way to California, but these are not good numbers here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. This is what may have happened. So in the intention, Melodee's mother now allegedly needs to be tested, needs to be proven. These combination of numbers, now this is in the Thursday, right? What would be October 9, hidden, intention, hidden. So when you got this 13.4, and I've just had a second confirmation, 13.4 hidden 22.4, outwardly now, unfortunately, we find a 31.4. That's not good. Followed by 22.4, 34. So what is this saying? It says possibly there's a child, 13.4, and there's a hidden medical facility. 13.4 hidden 22.4. So we need to look at where she stopped, where she went. Is there a hidden clinic, a hidden medical, illegal underground medical facility? Now it's just dawned upon me. These 15 sixes, because now we've got a triple 15-6 in play, which means So when she arrives, now I'm looking Wednesday in the action. When she arrives, she meets the guy. And this 33.6 and 15.6 and another 15.6 speaks about organs. Organs. Now let's just do a quick recap. October 6th. In the intention, we find 1910-1. Transactional internet, made a deal. Did she hand over her daughter for trafficking of harvesting? Did she sell her on the dark web? So in conjunction with the related numbers around, we've got children, yes, 13.4. We've got facilities. It picks up a death, 31.4. She's been, if this is the sequence, the 31.4, after the 31.4, so Friday, during Friday, while her mom is entering California again. Motherfucker. Entering California again, we get 32.5. So destroying of what? Destroying of evidence. This is organ harvesting. Organ harvesting. And over here, where did we see that? Oh, God. This could very well be organ harvesting. She sold her for organ harvesting. So let's say this. And I don't mean to give the mother any kind of credit, but I think there was a bit of a double cross situation as well. So in other words, the mother may have been given her up for adoption or whatever the deal she thought she was making. But the truth behind what they were going to do to Melodee wasn't perhaps explained to the mother. I'm just putting that part out there, as terrible as that is. Black market harvesting, 14.5, black market hidden 23.5, so hidden black market 23.5. 14.5, now I'm looking October 10 in the intention after the 31.4. So 14.5 is trading, they're trading. And hidden community of trading, online trading. And it's all internet related, dark web motherfuckers. Could this be a case of Melodee being sold to traffickers, not necessarily sex traffickers or child traffickers, but also they do harvesting, organ harvesting. We need to look at the mother's internet activity from at least October the 3rd to October the 6th. Internet activity, even dark web. What was she transacting that included her daughter? Good God. There's definitely enough signs and evidence here to say definitely trafficking. It involves organs as well. There's a lot of death numbers around here as well. Murderous death numbers. I believe her mother has sold her via the internet. And when they got her, they had other plans for her. Let's hope for a positive outcome. But unfortunately, it's not looking good. Interestingly, October 14, when the school complains, right, says Melodee's missing. Well, not complains, we should say reports, like any school should. Like many schools didn't, in the case of Rebecca, in the case of Harmony. So interesting, the day that the school raises the alarm shows the 24/6/15/6, 33/6, 24/6/15/6. That is possible evidence, and it makes me feel that the mother knew exactly what was going to happen. Did Melodee kick up a storm? Did Melodee kick up a storm when she realized what is happening? Because there's chaos here. So from Wednesday evening, October 8, into October 9, there's chaos. There's something has not gone, or something is not going according to plan. Did Melodee kick up a storm? So there's clear evidence of trafficking here in the +9, 37, 10, 1, 28, 10, 1, 19, 10, 1. Into the next day, Friday, midnight to sunrise, the 19, 10, 1. Pure transactional. We need to check her computer at least from the 3rd to the 6th, or leading up to her leaving. Dark web, internet, transactional, and unfortunately we have evidence of a hidden medical facility. On the Thursday, there's a hidden medical facility, Thursday, October 9. All right, let's just keep an eye on the news and hope for the best outcome. But, once again, we've got a 9-year-old trying to defend herself in an adult world. And shame on her mother. All right, please leave your comments and thoughts. I do love engaging with them. And please stay safe, stay alert, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.